Hello folks and welcome to Paddock Pass, your pre-race edition for this, the inaugural round of the 2022 Formula One World Championship. And I've got to say, it feels great to be back. As is tradition, there is something of an air of a first day back at school on arrival here. But it's more than that, because the new era of Formula One has arrived. And with it, the eagerly anticipated new car regulations, which have been designed to help promote better racing. With clean sculpted lines, swooping rear and front wings, which should allow cars to follow each other more closely, new eye-catching 18-inch low-profile tyres, the return of ground effect, and a reduction of aerodynamic physical adornments, the new cars look strikingly different, all while improving safety and pushing the limit of technical ingenuity. So then, which teams have interpreted the rules most effectively, and which drivers will adapt to their new car the quickest, leading the charge against the rest of the pack? Only time will tell. As always, we can't wait for this season to begin, but for now, from us, that's your word.
What's up guys, welcome back to a brand new video, and today we have a new career mode on F1 22 as Nico Hulkenberg driving for the Haas F1 team. It's going to be a rough season as we need to try and stay in the midfield as best as we can. And yeah, we're just putting some upgrades on the car there. We're going to fast forward time, we get our weekly resources in, and now we need to see if the upgrades work.
We had a major issue.
Of course not, the upgrades fail, which is a shame, so we're going to have to spend 300 more points on getting those bad boys back on the car. And this is going to be a common theme, I think, during this first season. As you can see, we now go towards a car reveal, and yeah, let's see what the livery looks like.
So this first race of the season is always quite difficult for us trackside and for those back at the factory as well, as it's the first time the car has run since winter testing. The more consistent mileage you can get in these sessions, the happier we'll be.
So as you guys can see, we boxed off all the practice programs. We sort of messed some of them up, so we didn't really get that much resource points, but here we are, Saturday, it's time for qualifying, and we are about to start our first flying lap as we go under the bridge and opening the DRS across the start finish line, under the second bridge again, and yeah, we see a Mercedes coming out of the pits, and he's going to park it right on the apex, which is just absolutely beautiful. Thank you, George. I just don't know why the AI don't move out of the way, it's just stupid. And now coming into sector 3, wait no, not sector 3, turn 3, the famous corner where Hamilton took the Hamilton line, which I used to do a lot on the older games, but this game you can't really do it that much because the car bottoms out too much. So now we go into the hairpin, turn in, hitting the apex, and yeah, we got another car in front of us. I believe it's Aston Martin, don't know who. Now coming into one of those difficult corners on the track, getting a decent exit, opening DRS, bit of wheel spin, and now we need to come down into turn 11, I think. Taking the esports line, using all the curb, hitting the apex beautifully. Lando Norris goes quickest with 130.1. Now coming through one of my favourite corners on the track, you just got to nail it, and then you got to slam on the brakes, down into third gear, up into fourth, accelerate all the way up in sixth gear, and now you just got to gun it towards this second to last corner. It's mainly one corner because you've got one apex, but it's kind of two, as some people say. And yeah, now we're coming onto the start finish line, DRS open, and that is going to be P3 with 130.8, I think it was. And now we're on our second lap straight away. I'm going to let this lap play by itself, so enjoy the engine sounds, and I'll see you at the end. So yeah, that was a pretty decent lap there overall. If I go back up, it was, never mind, sessions ended. And yeah, it was a 1:30.2, which puts us P11. I found the perfect AI for this, I think like 80 something. So our teammate finished P15, he must have had a rough qualifying. But now it's time to head into the Bahrain Grand Prix.
No more testing, no more practice. This is the real deal. And it's make or break here at round one of this year's Formula One World Championship. We'll be racing around 3.36 miles of the magnificent Bahrain International Circuit today. Keep an eye out for drivers locking the front left down into the tricky braking zone of turn 10. Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. Fantastic effort from Charles Leclerc yesterday, and it's put him on pole. And starting next to them is George Russell. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Perez, Sainz, Max Verstappen and Hamilton, Norris, Fernando Alonso, Ocon and Guan Yu Zhou, Mr. Monaco, Tsunoda, Pierre Gasly and Ricciardo, Magnussen, Albon, Valtteri Bottas and Lance Stroll, Latifi and Sebastian Vettel starts from the back of the grid. So we are here in... The formation lap gets underway then, and it's going to be interesting today to see how the dry conditions can affect the lifespan of the tyres. As the cars make their way back to the starting grid to form up and get ready for lights out, let's hope the race ahead today is a thrilling one. It will go down as a memorable Grand Prix in the history books.
Here we go then, we're on the grid for the Bahrain Grand Prix. It's going to be fifth fight. And it's lights out and away we go. We get a pretty decent start, but the second phase we just absolutely get destroyed by the AI. Of course, they always get the OP starts, it's basically like they're using cheats. Well, they technically are, because the traction is just insane that they get out of the corners. As you can see there from Tsunoda, it's just unreal what they can do. And then we just have the shit version of the traction model, which isn't fair. They should have the same. And we send it into turn 3. Nearly a wheel banging with Stroll there. And Tsunoda is going to get us back around the outside. We cover off his teammate though. But now we're going to send it straight back, like we did in turn 3. Similar move. And then we just get an awful exit. Now we're moving on to the straight. That's Gasly getting ahead of us, so we just had a woeful sector 1. And now we're moving into sector 2. Again, like I said before, my favourite part of the track, this part is so nice and flowing. And yeah, just slamming the brakes, trying to catch up to the AI. The AI are pretty weak in that corner, so you just got to capitalise on everything that they mess up on. And then we're burning our ERS. Gasly goes offensive, so we're going to go round the outside. Can we go around the outside of both of them? No, we get some mid-corner understeer, and yep, that's the move pretty much over. But unless we get the slipstream, which we are doing, they're going side by side, and we're going to make it 3 wide down into turn 1. Stroll is there, a bystander, and we just try and get a decent exit. Them two are battling, they mess each other over, and then we don't capitalise on anyone, because still Tsunoda gets a brilliant exit out of that corner. And now we got our teammate of Kevin Magnussen joining in on the fun. He's going to try and go around the outside of turn 3. And on turn 4 and 5 and 6 into the S's. And then down the hill into turn 7. Using all the exit and then into the corner. The hairpin. Lovely corner that one, because you're just flying into it. and then trying to stop the car as quick as you can. Again into turn 8 and 9, something like that. And yeah, it's still one of those trickiest corners on this track and in the calendar in general. And now we are at the end of lap 5, going on to lap 6. We are opening DRS. Gasly already knows that we are going to try and go for the route, so he goes a little bit defensive on the straight. Lando Norris is in the pits, doing an earlier stop, and yeah, we go a little bit deep in turn 1. So we need to try and capitalise on the exit, get a good run. We still have DRS, and there is a yellow flag, and I believe that is my teammate of Kevin Magnussen, who has spun it. Let's see here on the replay. And yeah, as you can see there, he just floors it, which is just stupid. The AI mistakes, although they are good, they're a bit not realistic. Like, we don't just floor it in these cars, because, you know, we spin like he did. Anyways, now we are coming into the box. Our teammate is also going to pit his lap, so we are going to have a double stack. So I think we are too far ahead though for it to lose any time. We need to get a purple turn in, which is what we do. 0.5 I think it was. 2.4 second stop. That was actually a really good stop. Haas pit crew doing an amazing job as usual. And yeah, going on the Rolex sign, disabling the pit limiter, and yeah, that's Norris getting the overcut on us on the mediums. So he's made that strategy work. I know I can't do that strategy. Pitting the lap early, I just mess everything up. So softs is the way to go for me at Bahrain. And now we are back in front of Gasly, which is a good thing. We want to be in front of him because he's our rival for this race, as we've been battling with him. And you can see the arrow there getting ever so bigger, and now he's gonna just gain on us all through this section with the AI grip. And yeah, it's Gasly OP as anything, and he just gets an insane exit out of that corner. Is he gonna send it? No, he doesn't, because we block him off. We don't push him out wide. We only do that on the last lap, because, you know, that glitch is still a thing. And he's going to go for it as he has DRS, so he's going to burn. He's going to use the esports line and try and swing it round the outside. And he almost makes it work. Still going side by side here. This is a great battle between us both. Who's going to come out on top as we're still side by side into the braking zone? Is it going to be him? Yep, it is Gasly who goes, capitalises everything. We are going to get back on him though. So we've used all our exit, and we've just... Amazing overtake that was there from me. So, good credit from me there. And Gasly, you just need to get better, and ratio up a skill issue. So, Gasly now has the DRS. He's going to try and go round the outside. This is deja vu from lap 7. This is a great battle between us two, as we are on similar tyres. So it's just equal for both of us, equal cost for both of us. And yeah, we get a decent exit. He sort of messes that up, and now he doesn't have DRS. I don't have DRS either. So it's fair games, drag race, and now round the outside of turn 3, which is what many drivers have done, especially Nico Hulkenberg in 2014. And yeah, he's still there, so still got a chance of getting ahead of us, which we are banging a bit there on the side pods. Not what you want to see. And he gets the move, done and dusted. We are still going to try and go past him on this straight. We have a up there, but now we have DRS. We have Joe, who is on the hards, I think, on the mediums. I think it's the hards. So he's going to be on really cool tyres. Don't know why he pitted for hards on a 25% race. And yeah, we just get an awful exit out of that corner, so we didn't have time to catch him on that straight. And yeah, Joe is just up there, and he's going to get in our way. Charles Leclerc, the fastest lap. Can't really see what the fastest lap says because the screen's too small and the editing software. So that's just a bit of a skill issue on me, really. Then Gasly still ahead of us. We need to shift up into 4th gear. And now on this back straight, we are going to try and use everything, all our DRS enabled, and we are going to go for it this time, as we are running out of laps to do so. So we're going to go round the outside, try and make the move work this time, down into 1st gear for the extra rotation. And now we are getting an amazing exit, squeeze him out wide a little bit, and that obviously unsettles his car. So he has to back out of that one, and now we got the move done. Team radio just checking on the car behind to see if I gave him wing damage, which I didn't. and I thought I did because I heard contact, so just unlucky really if he did get wing damage, and he did stay there. Everyone got the same positions as it was from the few laps, so bit of a dry race really, no pun intended, and Joe is still in P13 I think it is. So yeah, now coming around the last corner, it's going to be a P11 finish, 1 place after points. Still a really good one for our debut race, and that's going to be it.
Okay, pick up rubber and bring it home.
That's a fantastic performance from Ferrari. It hardly looked in doubt. So, Anthony, what made the difference out there today?
I feel like consistency was probably the key today. There's being quick, and then there's being quick lap after lap after lap. If you can do that, you can capitalise on other people's errors without making many of your own. And that's an approach that can push you a long way up the field.
Ferrari are at it again. An excellent performance at today's Grand Prix, and they're certainly a team that know what they're doing out there.
So yeah, that was a pretty entertaining race overall. We finished P11 out of 20, no one DNF'd, as there was no safety car. And yeah, so Pierre Gasly finished behind us, and Lando Norris finished ahead of us. P6 in the Constructors, carrying the Haas boys. And yeah, we need to try and progress that and keep that P6 in the final standings at the end of this season. So yeah, if you guys did enjoy this race and episode 1 of our driver career mode, then make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Follow my Twitter down below. Turn on the notification bell, and I'll see you guys in the next one.